Hello there. Welcome to finally day 21 of our 21-day Hong Kong quarantine. We are at the end. We have less than 5 hours to go. We'll be released at midnight tonight. We've called ahead. They've told us should be no problem getting out at midnight. Obviously, they want to make sure not everybody leaves at the same time. So there it is. We're just about done. We're almost packed. A few last minute things to clear up, and then we're out of here. So let's just do a quick recap of what we've been through the last 21 days. First things first, the room itself. We're staying at the Hotel Jen down in Kennedy Town, and all in all, we would agree it's been a good choice. Room itself was clean, was fairly modern. We're up on the 23rd floor, a deluxe room. We have a wooden floor, probably a fake wood, but it's a wooden floor, which we prefer. No carpet. I don't think, obviously, after 21 days and all the dust that gets around, we'd rather not have a carpeted floor. And I think that's something to check if you're going into quarantine, especially if anybody has any allergies or whatsoever. So that was good. We got a city view looking out the back. Obviously, there is the harbour view is the supposedly the better view, but when you're here for 21 days, the city view wasn't too bad. A lot of buildings out there, a lot of little windows, a lot of people moving around. Obviously, we're up on the 23rd floor, so we can't see everything, but there was enough life out there to keep us occupied when you want to sit on the little cushion in front of the window and look out. That wasn't too bad. A very bright room as well, which is also what we wanted. We didn't want a dark room, anything like that. So all in all, the room itself has been okay. It has been good, let's say. Food, again, not too bad. It really does all get a little bit samey after a while. Probably after about 10 days, you'd seen everything already. The tastes seem to blend in. You don't really get anything new. So the food probably average. And it wasn't, as I mentioned a few times, it wasn't quite enough. Um, that we did go hungry from time to time. We didn't order out one time at all. We did manage to buy a few groceries, a few bits and pieces just to supplement our meals. Cereal for me, especially, that helps in the morning. A few eggs to keep the protein in, and a few extra packs of noodles and whatsoever. So we've managed to get by without ordering any major takeout food, which is good. The hotel's been very, very good. They communicate very well. Lots of text messages. You get your text 3 times a day about your meal, to tell you what the menu is going to be about half an hour before it arrives. Um, then of course they communicate about other things as well, about Department of Health and all that sort of stuff. So generally that's been very good from the hotel side. Food wise, just to recap, I'm a vegetarian. That was okay. My wife eats normal food, but didn't enjoy the chicken halfway through, so we managed to get them to change, and they took out chicken from her meals, which they were very accommodating with, so that was also good. Um, you've got to keep yourself occupied. You've got to have a plan before you go into your 21 days. I thought about this for a while, and I had a list of things that I was going to do, and I haven't done them all. But I don't want to. I wouldn't want to walk away from this with a feeling that I haven't been productive. I haven't achieved anything. So I've managed to. I've managed to keep myself fairly busy, keep myself fairly occupied. No real lazy days in there, and I think I can walk away quite happy that I've been fairly productive throughout the whole 21 days. Exercise wise, I've biked every single day. I've done a quick strength session every single day. And in the last sort of 10, 12 days, I started a new activity in the morning where I did some morning walking, more or less on the spot with some hand weights, which has kept me fairly active throughout the 3 weeks. It's going to be strange when I get out and start running again after a 3 week break, but I'm sure I will get back into the swing of things fairly soon. I mentioned weights, and that's one thing that it's good to plan ahead. Obviously, we packed a small suitcase with some hand weights, with some exercise bands and what have you, and we had that delivered to the hotel a couple of days before we arrived. If you can't do that, Obviously, then you've got to think carefully because obviously you don't want to be lugging any hand weights around your holiday if you're going somewhere first. One of the things that was very useful was this exercise band. This was very good, very lightweight, and this is very, very useful. You can pack it in any bag, and you can do a lot of different strength exercises: chest, shoulders, back, biceps, triceps. You can do all sorts of exercises with that. So that's very, very good. So all in all, it's been a strange 21 days. It is a very, very strange experience. You don't see anybody at all, obviously. The only people we actually see face to face are the testing guys who come in, every 3 or 4 days. They're the only people we actually talk to face. And obviously they don't really say much, so not much conversation there. So it is a strange time. It isn't a normal situation. It's not something that you can really have, you could say you've experienced or prepared for in advance. It really is a very, very strange time. And fortunately, there's been two of us here, so we've managed to get on with our own things. We've managed to, we've always had someone there, which has been good. Obviously, if you're on your own, that's a different kettle of fish, and I think you've really got to plan properly and make sure that you've got a lot of help on the outside, a lot of support on the outside, and you can have your regular conversations with people outside. You don't want to be going through a whole day without talking to anybody, and that would be very, very difficult, I think. So there we have it. It's the end. We're done. That's the end of my vlogs for this quarantine period. Obviously, I'm happy to answer any questions. Anybody has any specific questions, you're welcome to comment on any of the videos. But I've enjoyed doing these. It's another sort of thing that's helped me keep productive. I've had this routine. I've made sure I've done this every day, just like the exercise, just like all the other things that I've managed to do every single day. And there's some positives at the end of all this 21 days. I've really, anybody who works very hard, non-stop, with very few days off, you'll never get 3 weeks like this before, where you managed to just basically stop and just finish, and actually have no, you don't have to get up in the morning to do anything. Obviously, those who are going to work from the hotel room and stay online and who can work from home, as it were, can keep busy that way. But if you can't, which I can't in my work, then it's a real break, as it were, and a strange break, but it really is a break for sure. I've managed to really get into my sports. As I've mentioned many times, I really don't have this opportunity to see so much, especially I've talked a lot about the baseball, and that's been great in the mornings because I'm generally working, obviously, most mornings. So I get to see the odd snippet of games, but to be able to watch the October, the playoffs, for the first sort of 18-19 days has been great. It's been good. In the evenings, of course, on the weekends, we've had some good football matches, which I've also been able to watch, which I don't normally manage to get to watch. Good. All in all, some positives. I can't say I've enjoyed it. You don't really enjoy these things. I don't think it's something you really would cherish and relish. But I think you can come away okay. You can come away without it affecting you if you plan properly, and you get yourself in a good mental state, ready for the 21 days. If you haven't planned and you just come in without thinking, I think you're going to suffer, and I think you might come away and it's going to take you a while to get this whole thing out of your system. But for me, I'll be working tomorrow. I'll be back into the routine. I won't have another day off for another week or so, maybe 10 days before my next day off. So it's going to be straight back into it, straight back into work, and it's going to be good. It's been a good 6 weeks holiday. I wouldn't regret any of this quarantine, because before it we managed to see family, managed to see friends back in the UK, which was the most important thing, and that was what we went for. And we knew all along we're going to have this quarantine, And all in all, no complaints, no regrets. Bit of a waste of time, bit of a waste of money, but it is what it is. It is what Hong Kong does, and unfortunately, we're going to have to live with this in Hong Kong for a little while longer. Not sure if I'm going to do another 21 days. Let's hope that drops to at least minimum 14 days or maximum 14 days, maybe even less, to make life easier for everybody. But let's hope that Hong Kong goes in that direction in the future. All right, it's been fun. I will update these blogs from time to time, so look out, and I will see you soon. Cheers.